Good. Welcome back to Gigantic Friday. As you can see, we are back here right in front of my closet. This is just going to be a short recap. Of course, I said earlier tonight, we watched the pregame show. The Muskies were in Fargo tonight, so yeah, that was kind of fun. The fourth time in the last 3 weeks that both teams have played against each other. That's just kind of crazy. At least we don't have to see him after a while after this weekend. So yeah, that'll be nice, getting a little break from them, obviously. So yeah. But anyway, we're gonna get to that, and then a preview of tomorrow, because there are some important things going on tomorrow. So yeah. Anyway, let's get to the game that was tonight. The first period, it kind of started off crazy, to say the least, because Fargo, of course, came out to an early 1-0 lead 3 minutes in. Reed Davatilla from Michael Newmeyer on the shorthanded goal. And then, all it took was 35 seconds, too. Caden Shahan on the power play. So that means it was tied up at 1. And then again, 3 minutes later, Shahan getting his second of the game, this time from Dylan Godbout. That made it a 2-1 lead in Fargo. That's just kind of crazy if you think about it. And then, of course, Fargo, like good old Fargo does, came back 5 minutes later. Peter Cesar from Zam Plant. That made it a tied game at 2. And then at 15-20 mark, Lee Park scored his 8th of the year from Leo Gruba and Max Swanson. And just like that, it was 3-2 already at the end of the first period. Now, to put this into perspective, by last Wednesday, of course, we played Fargo on the night before Thanksgiving. Well, that game ended with us winning 3-2. So, just thought that was kind of interesting. That's all, really. And then, we head to the second. Reed Davatilla scored from Mason Kesselring. That was with about almost 4 minutes left in the second. And then it was 4-2 at the end of 2 for Fargo. Then we get to the third empty net, and Reed Davatilla finishes it off with the hat trick. Now, the 3 goals tonight, he only had 2 goals going into tonight, and now has 5 on the year. That's just nuts, to say the least. So yeah, it ended in a 5-2 final score. Fargo has still not lost a regulation game yet this year. And I believe they're the only team who still hasn't lost in regulation yet this year. Okay, yeah, I guess they did it twice, but other than that, they've been almost spot. I think it was at home. They haven't been defeated in regulation at home. I think that was what the stat was. Other games from the league. Youngstown beat Muskegon by a score of 3-2. Miles Gunty with 2 goals, 1 in the first, 1 in the second. In fact, scored the first and the last goal. And then Braden Clark kind of sandwiched it in between right in the second period there, obviously. Then Des Moines beat Dubuque 2-1. That's almost kind of like an upset type of thing, because Des Moines, I believe they're in 5th in the whole entire league, and Dubuque, well, they're the second top team in the league. So, yeah. Of course, our game. Excuse me. And then Madison beat Chicago 6-1. I was gonna say 6 different goal scorers, but Austin Bernovic got the last 2 goals of the game for Madison, both in the third. So yeah, I kind of got confused by that. Then Team USA beat Omaha, 6-2. Although Jamison Sloy's got Omaha's only 2 goals on the night. And another little interesting piece of information: Camille Bednar, I knew I was going to butcher his name. I always do every time I try to pronounce it. Kamil Bednarik. There we go. I think I got it right that time. He scored the first goal and the last goal for Team USA. So hey, not too shabby, right? Indeed. Uh Green Bay beat Tri City in a shootout 5-4. Then Sioux Falls beat Waterloo 4-2. They stay level in fourth place, I believe, in the West. Then Lincoln get the beat down on T Rapids 5-1. Jared Mangan with 2 goals. So when we look at the standings wise after tonight, yeah, Sioux Falls, they're still in that fourth place spot. In fact, now they are tied with Tri City at 24 points overall. Des Moines, they're right behind them at 22, and Waterloo's right behind them at 20. So yeah, and then Sioux City right now, that takes them to 12, 6, and 4 on the year. That is 28 points. Fargo 17, 2, and 1. That is 35 points. And they have a 3-game winning streak too. So things have gone well after their road trip up here to Sioux City, where of course they lost 3-2, and of course Castro kind of let in one goal that was really, really soft. He didn't even realize it was in the back of the net till the goal horn went off. So, and the crowd, he probably heard the crowd noise first before the goal horn, but you get my drift. NHL scores, couple of good games on tonight. The Sharks beat the Devils 6-3. And then the Blue Jackets beat the Senators 4-2. I watched the last probably 5 minutes of this one, but at the same time, I was also listening to the Muskies game and my high school basketball team's game. So yeah, my high school basketball team won tonight, both in boys and girls varsity. So yeah, that was nice. Unfortunately, the Muskies did not get the win, but that's okay. We've got tomorrow. College football. There's only 2 games on right now. Washington's leading Oregon 34-31 with 2 minutes left to go in the Pac-12 championship. Liberty beat New Mexico State 49-35, and then we've got a couple of championship games going on tomorrow. The big ones are the Big 12 championship between Oklahoma and Texas. And then, of course, the big one in the SEC, Georgia at Alabama. And then for the American Athletic Championship, we've got SMU at Tulane. Then, of course, probably the biggest one of them all, tomorrow night, Michigan is at Iowa. And we were really hoping Iowa to win because from what it sounds like, if Iowa wins, they will be at the Peach Bowl. And of course, as you know, our high school band, or my high school band, is going to be performing at the Peach Bowl. So yeah, that would just be so cool, an Iowa school getting the chance to go to the Peach Bowl to watch Iowa play. That would just be craziness. Yeah, hopefully that happens. Cross our fingers. That'd be a big upset too against Michigan. Whew. Then in the ACC, Louisville is at Florida State. Let's see, college hoops. I watched the beginning, probably 5 minutes of this one too, before we switched over to hockey. But Northwestern is leading Purdue right now, 90-86 in overtime. In fact, it looks like they're going to get that win. Houston beat Xavier 66-60. Kansas beat UConn 69-65, and BYU beat Fresno State 85-56. So that's all the scores I got for tonight. Now let's look ahead to tomorrow. Tomorrow, like I said, is going to be a school dance for us. It's snowball, I guess. It's like the winter. Well, I guess we have 4 main dances. Obviously, the homecoming one at the beginning of the year, and then kind of at the beginning of the year, and then prom in early May. And then there's 2 dances in between in the winter. The first one is Snowball. That occurs, in December, obviously. And then you have another one called Twerp, and that happens right around Valentine's Day. So, yeah. Even though that one is Twerp's probably the least casual dance of them all, except for maybe I don't know, like except for I don't know, snowball and twerp is not really formal. Like you could just show up with a big group of friends and get in pretty much. So yeah, it's not really about dates or anything like that. So you don't really have to worry about that. But yeah, prom in May, that's gonna be fun, 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 to say the least. Oh, my Christmas concert. December 17th, or well, I guess I'll get to that later for band, I guess. So yeah, tomorrow I still have not yet decided on whether I am going or not. My mom had to make up some time from work this week. So yeah, she won't get off until 7, which is 8 p.m. Eastern time. So if we do happen to go on the air tomorrow night and I don't end up going to Snowball, we'll be on the air about 8:15 p.m. I'm hoping to get on 5 minutes earlier than that, maybe even 10 minutes if at all possible. Although it'll most likely be 5 to 7 minutes before 7:15 at the earliest. And that's Central Time too. I meant to say 8:15, but I said 7:15. So that's Central Time. The game starts at 7:05 Eastern. So yeah, so that'll be coming up tomorrow. Unless something happens, then I don't know if I'm going or not. Um, I mean, I did go last year and the year before, but I don't know. It just. I don't know, it's just not as much fun as homecoming, obviously, but it's okay. It's all right. Um, let's see. So that's tomorrow. If not, it'll be an 11:30 p.m. Eastern, kind of the same time, same place type of thing. Although I do have to film 2 episodes of the Ronnie Show, days 2 and 3 of our 12 Days of Christmas. So yeah, and I really don't want to do those at like 11 o'clock at night. So I don't know. And I wouldn't have time before or after my mom gets off work because, so yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of in a pickle right now, to say the least, in terms of filming schedule. I mean, those 2 episodes, if I really had to, I could just do Sunday night after the football game, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Um, but yeah, another news, my band concert's on December 17th, which is a Sunday. And then of course, she schedules it at 3 in the afternoon because yeah, that's just the perfect time to have a band concert. I mean, it's no big deal to me, but last year we had our Christmas concert at it was a Sunday afternoon, December 18th, but she scheduled it at 3 o'clock and it actually ruined our family Christmas. Like we could not go to our family Christmas. And this is like with extended family. So that was really not a good thing. But yeah, I mean, weekend is fine. I'd rather have it though at night. Like concerts, they're just for stuff like that. That just yeah, that's a nighttime thing. That's not really a daytime thing. Um, trying to think what else do we have going on. I think so. Yeah, there won't be any NFL game on the 17th, nor will there be on the 24th for now. Because we might be getting together with like extended family and stuff on the 24th, which is that Sunday. That's from what it sounds. Well, no, it wouldn't be with extended family. It would just be with our immediate family on the 24th. I don't know when our extended family Christmas is going to be, but that date's still yet to be determined. Although I wouldn't be surprised if it's well, it would probably most likely be on the 24th. I mean, it could be on the 25th too, but I don't know. That like I said, that has still not yet to be decided. There's still a whole bunch of question marks in the air right now, but for now, December 24th, we might not have the game of the week on, unfortunately, like we usually do every week for football. So yeah, that's going to be a bit disappointing, but no biggie, no biggie. Um, but no matter what, we will have Monday Night Football on Christmas night, and then the 26th at 2 o'clock. That's when we leave for Georgia. Like it's like I'm excited, but I don't know if I want to deal with all of my like all of the people in band, all 60 something of us plus chaperones, so like 75 people for 5 days straight. I don't know if I could do that. I'll just get through it, but yeah, at least I'm sharing a room with like four other people or three other people, and I don't know, it's fine with me. They don't really toot my horn or anything like that. So that's good. They do kind of drive me crazy, but I drive them crazy back. So the feeling is mutual. So yeah, I'm not going to be working on any content during that 5 day trip. Although I will be working on game notes and stuff for the New Year's Eve game when we're coming back. Because if all goes according to plan, the Peach Bowl game starts at noon. And a college football game usually lasts like 3.5 hours ish, maybe 3 hours, 15 minutes. But since it's a big game, there's going to be a whole bunch of pregame and halftime type stuff, but we're leaving right after the game, so probably the earliest we would end up leaving is between 4 and 4:30 Eastern, which would be 3 o'clock Central Time, and if it takes, well, with breaks and stuff added up, that would probably be at least 20 to 21 hours. So we would easily be back by the afternoon on New Year's Eve, which I'm hoping that happens. I'm crossing all my T's and dotting all the I's. Well, I hope that's what we're doing. I'm hoping, crossing our fingers, it stays that way. I've been praying ever since it was announced, the time and stuff, because originally what the Muskies were going to do, because it was a Sunday game, New Year's Eve's on a Sunday this year, what they were originally going to do was that they were going to have it at the regular 3:05 time. Now that would have been great because then everyone would have had time to, have a good evening and all that, but because they did a poll on Facebook and it was like 70 something percent of people wanted it at 7:05, so we kept it at 7:05 for them. So yeah, I'm hoping, praying, crossing our fingers that if all goes according to plan, we'll be on the bus 1 minute, and then the next minute we're going to be in the Tyson Event Center calling some New Year's Eve hockey. Then I kind of mentioned this on night one of our 12 days of Christmas, that what I'm going to do is that I'm going to pre-film 2 shows. What I planned to do was to ring in the new year basically like normal, right? But for the Central and Eastern time zones when it hits midnight, because I may or may not still be out. And if I'm still out on New Year's Eve before midnight Central time, it'll only be like 5 minutes beforehand, because we were last year for New Year's Eve after we got done at the restaurant, IHOP, where we ate. We were walking in the door pretty much when the ball dropped here in the Central Time Zone. So yeah, and in other years, we're usually still out at midnight with some friends of ours who we always, our hockey friends who we've known for 20 years plus. They're basically family friends to us. So they're basically family, period, to us. So yeah, we're usually out with them because the one lady, she rips up a whole bunch of napkins and makes confetti and then throws it all here. It makes the biggest mess everywhere. It's really funny. It's really funny. Good times, good times. But yeah, I'm hoping if all goes according to plan, everything goes smoothly, it's going to be a great end of the year for sure. I know we kind of had a hiccup in mid-November with some family situations and stuff kind of here. Yeah, had an unfortunate family event happened. Wasn't really a tragedy because nobody died, but some serious crap went down. So yeah, like I said, I wasn't going to explain any further on that. I'm not even going to name who the family member was that is affected with us, or affected by this, because we're all kind of affected by this. It's almost like a life. Well, pretty much it could be a life changing thing. So, yeah, I'm not going to elaborate any further on who it is or what happened or anything like that. We're just going to keep it like that. That a serious family event happened, and it was not good. We'll just keep it at that for now. But anyway, yeah, right now, December this month, it sounds like it's going to be a pretty great end of the year. So yeah, gosh, 2024 already. Whew. That's just crazy. That's just crazy. Like this time next year, I'm already going to be halfway done with my senior year almost. Like that's just crazy. Like I want to cry thinking about it right now, actually. Because then I'm going to have to move out and go to college. Like that's, unless God forbid I get 1 million subscribers, or at least a few million subscribers within the next year and a half, which, could very realistically happen. All I need is one viral video that 10 million people watch, and, just like that, I'm famous. But yeah, I mean, I am kind of already famous in my school, because my dad used to, well, about my dad, but just, and another reason why I am as popular as I am is because my YouTube channel. So yeah, every day somebody, and the list keeps growing and growing every day. We'll be like, hi Ronnie, hi Ronnie. Like today was Christmas sweater day, and I wore my new sweater that I bought yesterday at Walmart for $23. Yeah, Merry Grinchmas. Yeah. So I will be pretty much be wearing this sweater in every single Christmas related video from now on throughout the rest of the year, and even next year too. I mean, I got an extra large, but it is kind of long. But that's just a small picky thing I have about the sweater. So yeah, but anyway, gosh, I talked way longer than I thought I was going to. Stay tuned here on RVN for RVN late night, a late version of it. It'll still run the usual 90 minutes, but obviously it's going to go, 25 minutes longer. It's going to be 25 minutes later than it usually is. So yeah, I'm just getting the outro music here. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow. I'm not sure when yet, but for now, if I don't go to Snowball, it'll be about 8:15 p.m. Eastern time. If I do go, it's going to be an 11:30 p.m. recap video. So yeah, we'll see you all tomorrow sometime. Who knows? We'll see. Peace.